Hello, internet land. It's just me here with Pikachu. Pika, 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 Pika! It's not a Pokemon kick. What can we say?
I was gonna actually attempt to speak Pikachu the whole time, but I can't do that.
No, you're not gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm not that good.
Okay, couldn't do readings as Pikachu?
No. Unless there were subtitles on the bottom.
How are you guys doing? Happy Hump Day. This is the Midheaven Podcast Live. Hope you guys are doing well. We're stoked to be back. We just served up some new goodies for you all. We just filmed a new podcast all about the stuff that's going on with like China and Taiwan and Nancy Pelosi's chart and Biden's chart. So we took a look at that. And then we also did Virgo season. So you guys won't see that for a couple weeks, but yeah, we're excited to get these out.
Oh, yeah.
If you're tuning in, thank you for joining us.
Shout out to Kayla.
Live tarot readings. Hi, Kayla. We missed you. Hopefully you're well.
It is the top of the month, so anyone who's level 3.
Yeah. Level 3 people. We've got Paula, Jessica, and Kayla.
Day 1.
You are welcome to cash in on your reading. If you want to get a reading for the start of the month, let us know. That's the benefit of being a level 3 subscriber or member. You're going to get a reading from us once during one of our lives.
Mm-hmm. It ain't about who you know the longest. It's about who's never switched up since you met him. So shout out to our level 3s.
Thank you, Kayla.
Yep.
We have a couple people in the queue. So once we hear from our level 3 people, we have Radiant Vibes and Annette. Annette, I know you're
Shout
in
out to
here.
Annette.
Radiant Vibes, I don't know if you're in the chat right now. You sent a payment for a reading, which is fine, but we're doing tarot, not astrology. So let us know, do you want us to do a tarot reading, or do you want to hit us back the next time we do readings and you can get an astrology reading? We can try to maybe do that.
If you still want an astrology reading, when we do that, you'll be our very first one.
Yeah, so just let us know. But we've got 2 people that are already in the queue. Kayla, we are happy to read for you. What's up, Rachel? If you're just joining us and you're new to the channel, welcome to the darkest part of the internet. This is the live show that we do while we're filming our podcast. We usually get together and film podcasts like 2 or 3 times a month. Mm-hmm. We usually film a couple at a time. So by the time you guys see us when we're doing this, we've had a couple drinks. We're chilling. And all of your guys' readings are basically going to be donated to the podcast fund. We're a 3-man team. Takes a lot of work and also self-funding and time to be able to film these, develop these, come up with these, promote these. There's a lot of work that goes into it. So we always appreciate your guys' donations. There's a QR code right next to me. If you scan that, it's going to take you to our PayPal where you can make a donation. So we're doing 3 cards for $40 or 1 card for $20. Tarot readings live. Ask any questions you want. We're going to be doing readings in the orders that we receive them. So if you have a burning question and you want us to serve the tea, let us know. We're happy to read for you. Kayla says, is it just me being crazy, or as an Aquarius sun, I'm feeling supernatural in this energy? Let's take a look. Rachel, do join level 3. What's up, Kirsten? The astrology recently has been like too much. I'm over it. Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting for Mars to come out of a square with Saturn, and then I feel like I'm going to be able to breathe.
Shout out to Aquarian Essence. Thank you for joining us. Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is going to be for Kayla. Full moon in Aquarius, you can feel it. Give me the juice. It's a little over a week away, but it's definitely building. And this lunar cycle is freaking wild with all the planets in Leo squaring the nodes and also Uranus and opposing Saturn. It's real. So let's see what the cards say for you, Kayla. What's up, Jai? Jay? Whatever. Please correct me if I'm wrong. This is for you, Kayla. Let's take a look at what's going on. I don't think you're crazy. The energies have been wild, you know? King of Pentacles, Temperance, Queen of Cups. Let me put those out for you so you can see. To me, this feels like there's like this rebalancing that's going on. And I don't know if this is like this rebalancing that you're having with like a relationship with a man, or if this is just this rebalancing of kind of realizing that in order to feel more physically secure and stable, or financially or professionally, there also needs to be this like turning inward and also really working with like your inner intuition. I love that the Temperance card comes up between these two, which is really kind of saying that there's something that is being healed, balanced out, everything in good time. This can be talking about you making some kind of like merger with somebody professionally, or something in regards to like some development that's taking place with your career. King of Pentacles can usually be really referencing like, you know, getting the work done, like getting everything worked out. And you're realizing that part of getting the work done is also doing the work emotionally. I wonder if this is also just like you feeling like hard work is finally paying off, that you're really starting to reap the rewards of, you know, doing a job well, and that you're really feeling really positive and optimistic, and that all of that work was not in vain.
Jay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Gotcha.
I got a job promotion, but now it feels like a man is coming in. There's been contact. Yeah. So King of Pentacles can also be talking about bringing somebody in who's going to be stable, reliable, sensible. You can look for earth signs or earth placements. You can see some like Taurus or some Capricorn or some Virgo energy there. The fact that Saturn's also retrograding in your 5th house makes me feel like there's this like reevaluation of like your heart space, and whether or not you're willing to like date different people, people who might be younger, people who might seem more like it's like a friendship that started first before a relationship, but timing. So it's saying like you don't have to rush the process, like just physically showing up and making those connections. If there's somebody who's around right now, I have a feeling that this is somebody who can be kind of like reliable. I'm hesitant because I don't want to lose stability, but there's been changes. Yeah. This can also be somebody who can kind of win you over a little bit. And if you allow yourself to be really open to kind of making some of these changes, I mean, what I love about all the planets going through your 11th house right now is you're starting to become aware of your goals, like what your goals are, what you're wanting to achieve with friends, with love, with romance. And there can be this feeling of like, oh, I'm scared to really open up, because you're feeling like it's going to put you in a vulnerable position because of the oppositions to Saturn. But certain friendships or certain goals are changing. That's really aligning you with something that's going to give you more pleasure, more, you know, intimacy, more closeness. I would just say with that Temperance coming up, it's just like taking your time. There's no need to rush anything. It's just about you staying open and receptive. Where the King of Pentacles is more about the act of being, the Queen of Cups is more about, you know, the act of like receiving. So this is doing, this is kind of receiving. So let somebody else do the work. Let them kind of come through. And I have a feeling like, at least me personally, like if there's somebody who's coming up in a reading, or there's somebody who you're connecting with romantically and you're pulling a king, you're seeing a much more evolved, mature energy, right? You're not seeing a page, you're not seeing somebody who's got, you know, like the Knight of Wands, somebody who's going to be kind of grounded. So I don't really see this as being something that's scary. It might be somebody who kind of has their act together, and you're just kind of sussing it out with Temperance and like allowing yourself to kind of be like pursued, or like allowing somebody to kind of choose you, right? Chase you in some way. So you're just here to kind of be open to that.
Beautiful. Welcome, Snoop Cool, to level 2. Kayla, it'd be interesting to know your human design. I don't know if you're a projector, but yeah. All right, Annette, let's see what we got for you.
Here we go. Born 12/12/66. During Jupiter retro, love and money questions. Broke up with a Cappy 14 years younger, digging out of debt. Thank you. You two are amazing.
We got Hangman, Tower, 8 of Wands.
Ooh.
Right? So I think you releasing this relationship was this surrender and release. But the Tower and the 8 of Wands are things moving so ridiculously fast. You're just gonna have to adapt to it. Now, because we see the Strength card here, I think this is all for your greatest passion and realizing you're stronger than you could ever realize. The Hangman seems like a transformation process. It's followed by Death card 13. But I mean, this Tower, 8 of Wands, blockages being released. I feel like you letting go of this Capricorn and other such influences literally released blockages to coming into the 8 of Wands will open you up to come into so much messages. Normally when we get the 8 of Wands, these are the arrows of love. So there could even be new love opportunities where you fall in love with somebody the same day very quickly. But the 8 of Wands usually comes up when you're going to get a lot of messages from people and you need to be up to speed with getting communication because you don't know what messages you might miss out on. And following the Tower card, this is unexpected upheaval. So the Tower card follows things falling apart, like the relationship, that are not in alignment with your truth and integrity. So it's not bad that they fall apart. It's just removing excess.
It's like real clearing there.
Right? Oh, yeah.
It's like going from a period of like being complacent and not doing anything to being like, I'm changing everything at one time.
And it just being...
Yeah.
But I really like the Strength card here because it shows that, oh, and I got the Star. So like you're fully in your goddess power. I feel like you making this transition from the cocoon is breaking you out into your true self. And that's what's really, you know, accelerating the process of everything. So congratulations. I think
changes come in threes too. So like money changes, relationship changes, could be job, could be home, but like,
or personality.
Kind of saying change has been initiated. It's like in the air, you know?
That's interesting.
Those of you guys who want to join the queue, you can get in the queue. You can scan the QR code right down here, and you can get in the queue for a reading. $20 for 1 card, $40 for 3. You guys can ask whatever you want. Let me go back to Radiant Vibes.
Rachelle Embry. It did. He was 14 years younger and did nothing to keep me going. Got it. Keep it going.
Bye.
So I feel like you letting him go was the anchor and everything's just going to move so quickly for you. In the meantime, I will do a pick a card sex reading.
Get it.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, 5 piles. Let's do 5 piles.
Oh my God, you're really going for it, huh?
Whoop, whoop. All right, so here's pile number 1. Here's pile number 2. Here's pile number 3. Here's pile number 4. And here's pile number 5. So...
I'm feeling number 4.
Word. I'm feeling number 3. Let's see. I've not been the most lucky with these. So pile number 1, we have the Death card. Is this sex worth dying for? Be very careful about who this may be with. We do have Scorpio. This could be sex with a Scorpio as well. Whatever this is, it's going to be a very transformative experience. So you're not going to, some of you, this could be a sex that leads into a relationship as well. And the significator card we have is the Emperor.
Oh, double Mars.
Yeah, so this is a straight boss. This is someone who's probably just going to manhandle you or really just kind of command it. This could also be you taking qualities of these traits to command your way into some poontang or or on the D, okay? So yeah, Emperor could be, a woman can be the Emperor archetype too. She'll be really in charge. So if this isn't who you're dealing with, this could be you.
These are my 2 favorite cards.
The Death and the Emperor, I love that. So the 7 of Cups for pile 2, maybe sex might be more imaginary for you. This looks like more of a porn addiction than actual sex. But hey, you never know. This could even
never-ending Tinder swipes.
You're right, flirting with cam models. This could be a fantasy sex though. For some of you, this is sex, and this could be really maneuvering through escapism. So we do have the 5 of Cups. Maybe this could be some like cry sex, where like you help overcome somebody from. I'm trying to sugarcoat the shit out of this. Where you might kind of like overcome some sadness.
It looks like a cam girl took all your money and you're crying about it because you got left high and dry.
Yeah, maybe someone finessed you. I don't know. What could go? Or some very strange sexual relations that might leave you. Because I don't want to see this as necessarily bad. I feel like for some of you, it could just be some really messy sex. And you might like that kind of thing. That's the thing. So, you never know. But the significator, this is definitely someone who maybe when you meet them, they have some baggage they're leaving through. This could be sex that looks very promising and then it's just trash. It's just like, oh my gosh, that was horrible. So just be careful about that too. Everything that glitters isn't gold. So for pile 3, we got the 10 of Pentacles.
Which one did you pick?
Pile 3.
Which one did I pick?
4.
Okay, all right. I forgot. By the time we film this, I'm done. All right.
Yeah, so pile 3, this looks like sex that can lead into a long-term relationship. This looks like family building sex. But honestly, this could be sex with someone extremely wealthy. This could also be pay for sex, where you're getting paid to have sex. But interestingly enough, I don't know how I feel about the 10 of Pentacles in a sex context. Oh my God.
Oh.
Ooh, damn.
Money's on the dresser. Money's on the dresser.
Yo. Well, 2 and 3, that's really interesting. I feel like, hey, this could be sex that gets you out of insomnia. So somebody could be breaking another dry spell. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. That's kind of interesting. These are supposed to be significator cards, right? So these are supposed to be like who you're doing it with. And this is more the nature of it.
This makes me feel like you get with a wealthy man and like every time he coughs, you're like, he's almost there, but he doesn't die. So you're like, I'm never ever gonna inherit his money.
Or some of you, like pile 2 and 3, you could be having sex with people who just dump so much baggage on you. For 2 and 3, they're just going through anxiety. That's so interesting. Damn.
Come on, 4.
4, it's like a lottery. Pile 4, we got the Page of Swords. So this is more like mental sex, talking dirty, coming up with new language in the bed. I think this is
Saying some reckless things.
new tricks too, new techniques. It's definitely youthful.
I'll take that. It's a lot better than yours.
Yeah. I was looking good at first, and then it's just like, God damn, I told you I don't be getting lucky for some reason. But the nature here, the significator, so this is with the soulmate. This is definitely someone who, whereas with pile 3, you might be doing it with someone who is just a worrywart, or just, mentally gone or stressed. Pile 4 is with your soulmate. And pile 5, we got the Hermit card. You might be doing yourself. But the Hermit card really is just sex behind closed doors. And with the Knight of Swords, this is definitely with someone who is a whippersnapper, very intelligent, very quick-witted. The Gemini card here, so that's really interesting. God damn it.
I feel like mine's the best one.
It is the best one.
This one's pretty good too. That one's not bad.
4 and 1. That's interesting.
All right. Well,
cool.
I'll take Radiant Vibes. I didn't hear from her, but
For tarot,
yeah.
let's hold off
She
on
said,
her.
"You want to wait?"
Yeah, because she didn't say anything, right?
No, I don't think she's here.
Yeah, let's hold off. We'll wait.
All right. That way we can give her like a real
What she paid for,
astrology
basically,
reading. Yeah. Let me see if there's anybody else in the queue.
TPS report.
Okay. Kayla Ann. I'm a projector too.
I knew it. Oh, you're a projector too?
Yeah.
When you were talking about her chart about waiting for someone to come through, I was like, I wonder if she's a projector.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure. But
Maybe.
I didn't know you were a projector.
Yeah.
I'm a projector. We're all projectors.
You're a projector too?
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to wait for the invitation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's frustrating as fuck. As a man too, like dating, like every woman who I've ever tried to like to make the first move towards and do it, it doesn't work. But like the woman who shoot their shot at me,
yeah,
it works out. It's interesting. And it's not that I have to wait for a woman to shoot her shot at me. Like I can still make the first move, but if I do too much, it just doesn't work. Like
well, as like a projector, our job, like apparently according to human design, we're not even here to like even like really work.
No.
We're here to basically just sit around and wait for like the phone to ring and people will be like, what am I supposed to do? And we're like, oh, thanks for asking.
I love how we built our career around that too.
Yeah. I mean, like
that.
literally, as soon as I was kind of like, all right, I guess I'm going to do this and we'll see what happens, my phone fucking rang off the hook. Like it actually did work.
It works.
Yeah. And then the more that I'm like, let's see what happens. And I continue to take steps back, like the right things kind of like align. So it's very interesting. Yeah.
That happened to me in Atlanta. I went to Atlanta to like talk to 2 different women and like meet them. They flaked on me. But then this one woman who I didn't expect to hit me up, and we're really good friends now. like gorgeous, freaking amazing, and it taught me a lot. Like, what's meant for you is meant for you, you know?
Huh.
Yeah.
So that was like very outside of like it was very taboo when I was wasted on my birthday 2 years ago, and I approached you in the parking lot, and I was like, listen, we need to make this podcast.
That's facts.
Yeah, all in good timing. Yeah, we have talked about it in previous episodes.
I saw this post where it's like projectors can't make a move for generators and manifestors, but they can make a move with other projectors and reflectors.
Huh. So they can work with other projectors and reflectors, but they don't work with...
No, work as in like, we have to wait for the invitation for manifestors and generators.
Yeah.
Like if we try to do it, it just won't work. But if you try and do it with a projector, it can work.
Yeah. Huh. Very interesting.
That's a thought.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously projectors and... I mean, not projectors, but manifestors and reflectors are super fascinating to me because they're just so different, you know?
Yeah. True that.
See if we've got anything that's coming in. Hopefully if Radiant Vibes comes through, she forgives us for waiting for her. Is there anybody else who's level 3 who wants a reading so we can get you in? I know it looks like Jessica's not here.
Or Paula.
Or Paula, but we'll be back probably in like a week or two.
Yeah. We'll probably do astrology next.
We should do astrology because I know people are definitely going to want that.
Right.
Especially when we can come and do like them when we're not filming, so we can do them a little bit longer. You guys let us know. Do you guys like it when we do the astrology readings? Some people might have thought it was astrology readings because Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter is retrograde right now.
Jupiter retrograde readings, that makes sense. I think we do have manifesting secrets for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, that makes sense. We can do it next week too.
Yeah, we can do that. Let us know if you guys want us to do astrology. We'll do astrology readings. For some reason, this isn't loading. We don't need them.
Cool beans. I guess that's it.
You guys let us know. We'll post a link though if you guys want us to do astrology. We can do like we'll come in. We've been doing that. Like we'll film every other week, and then we're trying to do like one session a month where we're just only purely doing astrology readings. The thing is we got a lot of people who want them, so we'll post a link in advance so we can get you guys to kind of sign up preemptively if you want to do that. Did you guys see our full moon in Aquarius video? What do you guys think about that? Just curious. We put that out even before I put anything out on my channel. I haven't even done a full moon on my channel yet.
Oh, word.
Are you still doing like the moon reports?
Yeah, but I do them the day of. I don't do like a full new moon ceremony.
Kayla says, when is the meetup?
That's the real question.
I really want to try to see if like Lost Spirits will host it. I think that would be a really good idea.
I saw a truck for that today. I didn't even know Lost Spirits existed until I saw it, so I think that's a synchronicity.
They're like promoting Lost Spirits and stuff at the airport and stuff too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or is it in Area 15?
Area 15, yeah.
Works,
I want to try to send them an email. Maybe we can see if we can send them like a pitch deck for the podcast or something and see if they would be willing to host it. Because...
That'd be awesome.
Oh, there's J-Lo. What's up, J-Lo? We still owe you a reading. We are doing tarot tonight, so if you want tarot, we can do that. Otherwise, we're going to be back in like a week. We're going to do astrology, so let us know. Yeah, the last time we had a live, the power went out. I don't know if you guys saw this story, but it's like all when the Mars North Node Uranus conjunctions were gearing up, it was like off and on for like a week that the power was going out. And it went out right in the middle of our live stream, and then we had power out for like 8 or 9 hours. It was a lot. What do we have going on here? Make sure that nobody else came in.
Did you want to do J-Lo?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if she says anything. I think there's a little bit of a delay, so she might hear this in just a second.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to see if there's possibly like a place, like if you guys are familiar with Vegas, we're thinking about like Lost Spirits or like maybe like Container Park, somewhere where we could find a place that it could be hosted, where there could be a space so we could, you know, talk and maybe give like a demonstration and maybe like invite other readers, so like bring in other astrologers or other psychics or tarot readers who would want to, you know,
vend or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna post it. Oh. Well, if you guys want us to do astrology readings now, we could do some astrology readings now. If people want us to do it, let us know. Should we just do radiant vibes? I think J-Lo, send us your info also, if you don't mind.
Oh, she got an astrology reading. That's true.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, like, I don't think it's going to be too challenging to actually put an event together. I'm just thinking, like, finding a place that would be willing to, like, host it is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So we'd have to figure out how we could do that. Thank you, J-Lo. Let us know if you want. Send us your birth information again. We can plug it in.
She said she'll wait for next week.
Oh.
Honestly, do it now.
Yeah, he's trying to see if we want to do it now. Hey. It's TFS. We can pull it up. Let me see if I can. I don't think we still have the chart connected. So you're not going to be able to see it, but I can still pull it up on my end. So you're not going to see the chart, but we could do the reading.
That's cool.
Let me do... Yeah? Okay. Are you sure? Okay. See if we can get it connected. Because we had it set up for something different. Let me plug in this info really quick for Radiant Vibes.
Cool. Rachelle Embry. Oh, nice.
R-A-E. C-H-E-L-E. Rachelle. 2478. 10:07 p.m. See if we can get this up. Let's see. I'm in the middle of mad class. Would you be willing to eat food shirtless for the meetup?
That's hilarious. Maybe. I should have my six-pack by then.
For Radiant Vibes, or for Rachelle, just taking a look at your transits. Libra rising, Saturn's on your Venus. Actually, Saturn's retrograding back into conjunction with your Venus. You didn't ask a question, but I'll just wrap on this a little bit. Right. Being that Saturn's returning back to your 19 degrees Venus, which is your chart lord, and you're currently in the midst of the Mars North Node Uranus, there's clearly something very changing about relationships and intimacy. And there can be like breakdown before there's breakthrough with Mars Uranus in your 8th house. And with the square to Venus, I think it's really asking you, like, are you participating in either experiences, friendships, or relationships or hobbies purely because you're feeling like you're doing it just to do it? Or are you actually like getting something out of it? So what are you getting out of relationships? What are you getting out of friendships, right? Your Venus is at a 19, so that also deals with like actual committed relationship, falling in love, anything in regards to long-term commitment. And this retrograde Saturn with some really hard T-squares is having you like reevaluate like your resources. It's squaring your Uranus in the 2nd. You're in your Uranus opposition. To me, it looks like everything's changing. it makes sense that you were interested in getting a reading for the Jupiter retrograde because you've also got Jupiter going retrograde in your south node, so there can be some like relationship breakdown before there's like a breakthrough. And I would have said that with the Mars Uranus anyway, but I think with Jupiter on your south node is like where you're learning to communicate and like actually let people go or communicate differently in relationships. This has not been an easy last year for you. I think having, you know, Saturn on your sun and then your Venus and then Uranus is squaring is something about like your inner child, your heart, your happiness, your joy, and whether or not you're getting enough out of, you know, the fun that you're having or relationships or love or whatever. Very complex T-square. The focal point is definitely Saturn being in the square with your natal Uranus and also transit Uranus and Mars. So Saturn on Venus is like, what do I love? And the dispositor of that is Uranus, and Uranus is in your second. So that is also about like what you're putting money and resources into. So some wild stuff going on there. Pluto retrograde in opposition to your Mars, ruler of the 7th house, is about issues that you're having with authority figures. It can be a parent, but it can also be like people at work and like whether or not you're wanting to feel like partners are running your life or not anymore. You know, so there's something that's going on in that regard. I would say to really pay attention what's happening between now and until Mars comes out of a square with Saturn. I also feel like there can be some changes going on in terms of like friendships with the full moon that's getting ready to happen in your 5th, and it's going to be in opposition to the sun. Obviously, square Uranus. Relationships are changing. You might be hearing from a lot of friends also that they're having relationship issues, and that in turn is like kind of creating some static that can affect you and your friendships. But nevertheless, I mean, even in the midst of Saturn on conjunct your chart ruler, it's still technically trine your ascendant and also Pluto. So there's a breakthrough that's going on where you're realizing like, I can like me for me. I don't need anybody else to make me feel good about myself. If relationships come and go, so be it. And also just changes revolving around what it is that you value. I think your Uranus opposition is really interesting too. Because that's talking about like moving away from physical things to having experiences. So there's, you know, something like that that's going on as well.
Beautiful.
Hopefully that's helpful. Let me know. I mean, there's a lot that's going on there.
Did you still have J-Lo's chart up? Because you had it up while we were doing it before it cut off.
I deleted all the charts in here, so I'd have to put her info back in. So, okay. What's up, Wendy? J-Lo, are you still around? Do you want to send me your chart information? I could probably pull it up, though, through here. Matt sent $20 for one card.
Do a card for you.
Matt said, I've been feeling amazing lately with my breakdance training after work, and I'm very grateful. I'm dealing with trying to get a raise from my plumbing boss. Any thoughts on how I can get Jupiter's help? Much love.
So we do have the 5 of Swords. You're probably going to have some element of miscommunication with this boss. So be very mindful with the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. You want to approach the situation detached, especially if he kind of gets disrespectful or emotional. There's just not going to be an eye to eye on what you may agree on. So, you know, you may be dealing with someone who's more focused on being right than mediating peace. So keep that in mind. You will be able to maneuver out of that if you think outside the box. But I mean, with the 5 of Swords, it does look like you have to overcome miscommunication with this plumber. But there can be like rest and restoration after that. So what do you feel about the 5 of Swords?
Mental conflict.
Yeah.
Feeling kind of stressed. Mm-hmm. Not knowing how to express yourself or feeling like defensive with sharing ideas or blocked. J-Lo, I've got your info. Can I just get the time? I just want to make sure it's correct.
King of Swords and also Ace of Cups could mean you may be able to find another expert to help you if this person doesn't help too. Someone who's more aligned with what you want.
I've got you.
He's an Aquarius. Good to know.
April
King of Swords is the Aquarius.
23rd, 1975.
So if he's
I don't have my phone, otherwise I would check my Instagram, but I don't have it right now.
If he's an Aquarius, then that means the Ace of Cups could mean that he's actually bringing some new rejuvenation. all right, that can break through any miscommunication or scattered issues you're going through. So thanks for the clarification.
So we lost J-Lo last time.
I think I have her chart.
9 a.m. So April 23rd, 1975, 9 a.m. And that was in New York. Thank you. Got J-Lo. Just confirm. Just let me know if this is correct. I've got you as a Gemini rising.
Yep.
Moon in Libra and Sun in Taurus. If you guys want an astrology reading, we need your time, date, location, city, country of birth. When you send in your donation, you can scan the QR code. We'll put it up in a second. You can scan it. It'll take you to PayPal. Put all that information in the memo. What's up, Wendy? Thank you. And yes, you can ask a specific question. Cool. J-Lo, anything in particular you have questions about? I'm looking at Jupiter stationing conjuncture Jupiter. That's kind of a big deal. That seems to be an indication that there's something getting ready to open up for you about relationships. Because it's the Lord of your 7th and it's in your 11th, so it's goals pertaining to relationships. Even if it's friendships, it doesn't have to be romantic, but there is kind of a connection there for you if you're looking for it. When a planet's like stationing, it's basically, especially if it's on top of a natal planet, it's got a lot of oomph to it, and it's getting ready to reveal something. So it can be your goals in regards to relationships, your goals in regards to friendships, who you're aligning yourself with. And it's also coming back into a trine with your North Node. Whole sign-wise, that would be your 7th house. So maybe it's about who you're supposed to be working with. I also am very curious about how Jupiter going back and forth in opposition to your moon has been playing out. It's like new emotions, new home situations, new work opportunities. Like it's going to kind of ping pong. You were born with Jupiter in opposition to your moon, which I think is pretty cool. It tells me that like there can be friends in high places that give you opportunities to be able to expand in your talents and also bring in more resources. So the more that you're sharing with people and the more that you're actually talking to people about what your goals are and what you're hoping to achieve, the more that you're going to make connection, which could actually bring you in more sustainability, right? I also think because Jupiter rules others and the moon rules the 2nd house, is that other people are going to be talking to you about ways that you can be building on your home, your financial situation to be able to afford more in regards to your home, anything to help you with the process of like being able to pay for home or family or something in regards to your physical space. And also just the fact that you're getting ready to have all of these planets move into Leo, which is going to be the 3rd house, which is relating to your mind. It's almost like the way that you're communicating in your mind is going to kind of be in friction to some other people. So like you speaking what's on your mind and saying what you think and putting it out there, like there could be some challenges because it's going to oppose Saturn and it's going to score your placements that you have in Taurus. All those planets in your 12th house also that are like lining up right now is telling me that dreams can be really intense. There can be a lot going on in terms of like your subconscious. You can be having disturbances with your sleep patterns that you might feel like you need more time alone and you're a little restless and you need to be out in nature. And that's also being squared by Saturn. That's in your 9th. So to me, it seems like taking time away, spending time alone, studying, reflecting, something in regards to like your belief system changing and stuff in regards to like your spiritual, like devotional work. Yeah. I'm curious also just to see like this Mercury retrograde that's going to be taking place. I'm a little ahead of myself, but I'll bring it up. Is that Mercury will go retrograde, which is important because it's your chart lord, over your Pluto. It actually starts to station, I think, around 8 degrees. Yeah. So that tells me that there's something coming to light about a possible change in regards to your feelings and your home and your living situation, especially around the end of September. You're here to ruffle a few feathers. I'm liking all of those conjunctions happening in your 4th house because even though it seems kind of like things are changing and it's kind of chaotic, it's all trining planets in earth signs. So it's all going to make sense what's changing for you emotionally or in terms of your home, like private domestic zone. But I think with like Venus and Mercury being there, it's like positive conversations with other people about things that you have known were already coming to some extent, you know? Oh, cool. Human design, we were just talking, yeah, we've been talking about this for a little bit on the live, but there's something going on here that makes me feel like you're totally restructuring your inner private world, and it's going to end up being something that's going to like be a really good physical change. So I don't know if that's just your home or your family or something that's going on there, but with the trines to Pluto and also the North Node and Uranus, something is being reworked and being reorganized. It's also a really strong time for anything in regards to your intuition as well. I would also look for when Jupiter pops back into your 10th house, which will be in October, because it's going to be in your 10th house and it's going to trine the North Node. Something in regards to expansion with career and like being at the right place at the right time and your schedule changing and kind of like settling into something that's going to feel a little bit more comfortable seems to be coming up for you as well. And yeah, the North Node's coming for your Mercury. So you're realizing that you're wanting to kind of surround yourself with like community and groups of people who are going to like be on your wavelength, basically. It's in the 11th. Really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hopefully that's helpful. Thank you, Black Lace. Let's see who else. Do we have anybody else pop in? Coltrane. Let's plug in the info.
93. What is coming for me next for career and relationships? Okay. We know you're an Aquarius sun, and we know you have Saturn, and you're going through a Saturn return. So, congratulations. You probably have the square to Pluto. I know it's not fair. You got the short end of the stick compared to Saturn Cap and Saturn Pisces. So, it must just suck to see everything you knew about this period coming true, but before you were told, oh, that's crazy. And you got Aqua Sun, so you did see the future there. That's what I feel about Saturn Aqua. Like, 29
Every time I see
rising.
that, I'm like, Pluto.
Damn, 29-degree Libra rising. That's wild.
Look at that stellium in Aquarius in the 4th house. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Jupiter Libra. Okay, so yeah, you are a Saturn alien. You're a gangster, fam. You are a celestial gangster. A natural cosmic overlord. As a master artist, 29 degrees. Libra rising is important because Drake and Trump have 29 degrees Leo rising. Pelosi has 28 degree Leo rising. So the degree rising, she has 0 degrees Libra rising, which is like after 29 Virgo. So, you know, potency right there. And to see that, you know, my bad, what did he ask?
About
something about his career. Or her career.
What's coming for career and relationships? I know the conjunction in Jupiter retrograde was in the 8th and the 7th.
Well, Jupiter is going to go through your 7th next year, and that's going to open the space for evolution of partnerships. And so you're in the process of fully integrating your lifestyle. And this all coincides with, of course, your Saturn return. And you're strengthening a lot of how you ground autonomy and independence with your own creative expression. Saturn, when it went through my 5th, made me very serious about what I love. I didn't really know what I loved. I was like, music for me was like a hobby. After it became more of like, not just a business, but a serious like passion.
I have Saturn there now.
Transing, right?
Yeah, it's on my North Node. Yeah, all year I keep asking myself, like, do I love this? Am I in love with this? Like, if it doesn't bring me happiness, I'm like, why am I doing it?
Exactly.
Yeah, you kind of have to do that. Otherwise, you just feel like a total fucking...
You kind of feel lost a little too. Like, what's the purpose? So, but the Saturn return is still very powerful. You're returning your strength, and this is going to really set up as a collective karmic authority with the sun opposite your sun exactly. How you actually present this as a Leo MC inspirationally. So you've charged since February the inner knowledge, the private knowledge you would create expressively that you're now, since 6 months from before, performing to public. What you've since February really understood about yourself, you're showing to people now. So because, MC is your career, this is you actually breaking through, coming back into the next 6 months that will lead you into Saturn and Pisces, that will integrate a lot of what you've decided you love. And because this is squaring the nodes, this is also preparing you to establish fated partnerships that further bring you out of your comfort zone and establish more of your autonomy as this celestial gangster that you are. And your moon in Taurus helps you feel into everything that's unlocking.
This is a very challenging Saturn return.
Oh, yeah.
To see Saturn swing through your 4th house, conjunct your Sun, Mercury, Saturn is literally Saturn trying to keep you at home alone with your thoughts and trying to get you to work out some kind of family karma or anything in regards to your family. And like Aquarius in the 4th is like, there's the family you're born into, then there's the family that you make.
Yeah, Beckley, you have to understand, 29 degrees Libra rising means that you are a
master of that.
The
energy.
master artist, yeah. That's your archetype.
Well, and also Saturn going through your 4th before it goes into your 5th. I'm a Libra rising too, so when Saturn was going through my 4th house before it went into my 5th house, I realized like where I was living was not going to be the most conducive to my job being self-employed and working for myself. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this, but whole sign wise, all that Aquarius would be in your 5th.
Right.
So really what it's saying is like what's going on either with you emotionally, your family, your roots, or your home that's limiting your ability to express yourself. So do you not have enough space to have a side hustle, start a business, work on stuff creative? And when Saturn leaves a house, he leaves a gift, So possibly when Saturn leaves your whole sign 5th next year, it'll materialize as like being in a space or a place emotionally or physically where you're going to feel like you can do more of the work that you want to do.
And Neptune is so close to your exalted Venus. This is helping you.
And Jupiter is going to be there too.
Right. It's going to retrograde. So in nonlinear ways, you're manifesting the bag, but it's tied to your creativity. It's tied to what you love to express, so it'll open. And it'll set up the stage with Saturn there to make money doing what you love.
And you have an eclipse coming that's going to be in conjunction to your moon, which is intercepted in this chart. So it tells me that there's like a relationship coming that you don't see coming. That's going to come out of the blue. That'll be somebody that you create with or partner with or somebody that you collaborate with. And I think really look for that to be setting up somewhere in the fall when Jupiter is retrograde in conjunction to your Venus in your 5th house of true love, and also when we have this eclipse that's going to be, taking place technically in early November, right around here. At November 7th and 8th, when the square happens, it's going to square Saturn in your 4th. So to me, it looks like, there you go, being more of a musician influencer, it's getting better. Yeah. Saturn returns are like, even, and I've always told my clients this, like, even if you feel like you have like fucked up and made issues through your 20s, like your Saturn return is a really great time to be like, okay, I'm going to take it seriously. So like a lot of the things that you really do during your Saturn return can be like cementing something and like really laying the foundation for like a longer period of time. So for you having Saturn at a 19 in your 4th house, conjunct Mercury, is being like, I need to be in a space where I'm going to have a healthy, clear mindset and like the vibes are high so I can maintain doing what I'm doing, and also giving yourself your own space. So even if that means you got to live with a couple friends, or you have to live in an unusual situation or circumstance or something that's going to be more Aquarian, stay open to, I think, feeling like inspired and like filming more and doing more with that Jupiter-Neptune conjunction on your Venus. And because Venus is your chart ruler and it's in the 5th, it's about really truly falling in love with something. So you might be more drawn to like beauty or cosmetics or the art or music, anything like that you're wanting to like film and like wanting to kind of create. I think quincunx is your ascendant too. So it's also like you realizing that you're going back and forth with like the Libra 29 degree rising. Like, is this the best I can do versus like inspiration? So you're going to be kind of bouncing back and forth being like, do I do something because I'm feeling inspired, or do I do something and am I really particular about how it looks?
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting because you're going to have a quincunx for a little while. So.
And it'll unlock new fortune so that you can, like the first, second house is manifesting the value of the transformation of your identity, which will open up more money depending on the position you take to fuel your creativity. So congrats in advance, because it's all getting ready to blossom.
Yeah, that's some big stuff. I was telling him in my 4th house, and when I had Saturn go through all those planets and then leave, it's like the gifts really came when Saturn went into the 5th house. But then it's like, well, what do you do with it? So, well, November will be better for relationships. I mean, you got Mars going retrograde, so Mars is your chart 7th house chart lord, and Mars is gonna go retrograde over your south node. So it does tell me that likely there are going to be people from the past who come back, because it's over your south node and it's the ruler of your house of relationships, and it's ruled by Mercury. Mercury's in the 4th, so likely like you can hear from partners from the past, but it can also be about like cousins or aunts or uncles or siblings who you've had beef with who come back and try to make amends with you. Relationships will probably be at a peak in the fall, because you're going to have a lunar eclipse in Taurus. So it's completing and wrapping up a cycle in regards to relationships. That will be happening in November. But you need to have a really positive Mars transit for relationships to stick. Well, Jupiter has been squaring your Mars. And in this next year, Saturn is going to start coming into a trine with your Mars. So I really feel like there's big peak things happening in relationships for you in the fall, but I think that the biggest time is actually going to be the spring of 23, when Jupiter and the North Node and all these planets are, in Aries, and then you're going to see Saturn start coming into a trine with your Mars. And I'm just questioning whether or not it's like somebody who lives in a different place, because Mars in Cancer is like literally about partners' homes, and it's in your 9th. So
and it's fall.
Yeah.
I'm returning.
Yeah. So I have a feeling it's like you're meeting somebody who's in a different place, or you're going back and forth before you're deciding whether or not you would consider maybe moving in with somebody or relocating to be with somebody. That could be one way that plays out. And then we have Jupiter that's going to come back into the square with your Mars. So partners have to be very Aries. They have to be very daring and courageous and consistent and pursue you and be willing to kind of try to initiate relationships. So you have to kind of like let people do their thing. I mean, Libra 29 does have this connection to divorce and imbalance and separation. It doesn't mean that you will, because you have an exalted Venus, but it does mean that, and I have seen a lot of people are like, oh, do I really want to commit to this person and be in a relationship with somebody, because am I going to like have to like lose the freedom of the relationship with myself? And 29 of Libra can be very indecisive. So perhaps maybe just through the transits and also Pluto on your IC, there's like a lot of you being like, I don't want to lose myself or my freedom for another person. But I would say stay open, because it may actually surprise you over the next like 2 years as Saturn trines Mars that you are more interested in and more open to relationships. And with the North Node and Uranus and Jupiter in your 7th, like it's kind of impossible that you're not going to meet someone. That's a given when the North Node in Uranus is in your 7th house. There can be static with certain family members. Uranus rules your 4th, but it's trying to liberate you from a home situation so that way you're feeling more free and open and you can meet other people.
Could even be someone you move in with too.
Yeah, that's very possible. All right, well, I think that's it for the night.
Whoop, whoop.
We'll post, oh, never mind. Concha got in there.
All right, let's do that.
All right, we'll take her really quick. What's up, Concha?
She got a tarot card.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, $20.
Oh, yeah, okay. You want to take it?
What is coming up regards to love? Okay. So, for love, we have temperance, especially with the King of Pentacles. If you're having to merge with a stubborn personality or someone who's very wealthy, or both. Temperance is an ancient soulmate card. Shout out to the late Chris One-Feather. He gave me a reading a long time ago, and he told me that the temperance is a soulmate card where you're connected with somebody who compliments you. And especially regarding love, you may connect with someone first as a friend, and it healthily develops in the way you complement each other to grow into something more. So this is a card all about good management, moderation, as you really balance your life, this will open up more for perspective potential. But I feel like with the King of Pentacles, it could be someone who's very wealthy that you're connecting with too.
And all in good timing.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we're stoked to have been able to come back live. We'll post another link so you guys can know when we're doing all astrology pretty soon. We'll do that in like the next week or two. Yeah, definitely save it so you can come back to this. Do us a favor, make sure that you're liking and you're subscribed to the podcast. We're coming out with new content every Monday. This Monday is going to be really exciting. We did a video that's all on alien constructs in the birth chart and how to tell if you're an alien based off of your natal placement.
You don't want to miss that one.
Just in time for the full moon in Aquarius. So we've got lots of new content coming out. If you guys join level 3, you're going to get those videos early. You're going to get them on Saturday so you can see them before they're released. Otherwise, we hope you guys enjoy your week. We will see all of you guys very soon. Take care.